What it do? What it do?
What's up?
12 Way Wednesdays.
Yeah, that's right, man. Wednesday, man. Getting it. Getting it in. This is the first Wednesday that I've been I'm not gonna say relaxed because I ain't ever really relaxed, but it's the first Wednesday where I haven't felt like I just had 16 million things to do. And I still feel like that, but I got the paper and the studio done, so I'm fooling, man. I'm chilling.
Hey man,
I felt myself accomplished.
it's always good to, clear out some of that chaos in the
It
chaotic
is,
world, you feel what I'm saying?
definitely is. Yeah, I think that's what it is.
What it do, listeners, viewers from all
Yeah,
over the
what's going
world?
on, everybody? You know, we
You
just
know,
chilling,
it's your
doing our
boy
thing. It's
Maz.
Wave Wednesday.
Is there?
We gonna
It's
you
the
know.
blockchain boys, man. What
That's
you
right.
think?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
you think it
C3,
is?
baby. Cryptocurrency Chris. I'm here. So check it out. Boom. Here's what we doing now. Bam. Yeah, that way. So bam. That's
Like that
straight, right?
setup. Like that setup.
That's nice, right? That's dope, huh? And I could literally spin that shit around. Boom. Hit the board. Spin back around. Hit the screen. So I got the mouse over here, right, for if I'm standing up, but then I got this one right here that's right here. So I could literally just sit back and chill and do my thing.
It's a good setup right there, boy.
It's all right, man.
Fucking
And
with
then,
Greeks over there, boy.
yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Real professional like.
That's right.
Yeah, man. It took a long time, man. But check it out. Here's the cool shit too. Is you know what I'm saying? Like this on a whole bar. Right. So I should be able to boom, right? So that's the whole bar. So literally, you know what I'm saying? Like people can come chill and be on the podcast and be in the thing and everything right here on the bar. And then like actually where the camera is, there's another side, there's another bar too. So like technically if we wanted to, we could have like three or four different people that could show up to the podcast or to the class or to the whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, got the little mini fridge and everything stocked up and everything. Good to go.
Hey man, I like it, man. I like all your hard work paid off, bro.
Yeah, man, it really did. And then the best part is boom, right by the vocal booth. You know what I'm saying? So boom. So everything right there, all in the one little spot. Boom, we hit the booth. And then like I was
Hey,
like
hey, hey,
putting
hey,
like
hey,
a whole
cut that.
nother monitor. What's up?
Nah, I was talking to my dog, my fault.
Okay. Yeah. I was gonna put like a whole nother monitor and everything inside the booth, but it's so small in there, like it was feeling cramped. And that's what I thought about. Oh yeah, just take the wireless mouse in there and I could see through the little crack, right? So I could just look at the screen and just control it with the mouse inside the booth. So I ain't gotta run in and out, you know.
Stop, man.
So
What we
it's
getting into
coming.
today, man? What we getting into?
Yeah, man. I'm thinking we just gonna kind of, we touched on it a little bit, what wealth is, just the ways that people think about it and what it means. And then think we'll do like an open discussion just on maybe some abstract or obscure ways to make money. Because I've got a few that I've done myself, quite a few. And then like we'll touch on like the record label and kind of how to go about that, and then like you were saying, maybe just some business structures and ways to set up businesses and generate profit. Right? Just we're just gonna have a wealth talk today.
Let's do it.
Yeah. So let's get it cranking. So this official start of the Wave Wednesday Wealth Talk. I think this is like what episode 9 now. I think 10. Oh shit, this might be 10. It is, yeah. Because Didi just edited 9, and so yeah, this is number 10, episode 10. That's pretty crazy. And now we got the Lifestyle Libraries podcast. We cranking up. It's gonna be dope. Oh yeah, and me and Josh, we did like a late night. learn and burn session. Like it was pretty dope. Really, we was talking about survival skills and just you know being capable of surviving. Because that's what I said. I was like, you really, if you can't survive without money, then you really aren't surviving. You really like don't know how to survive, right? Like you gotta have other qualities other than just I can make some money. Because what happens when the money's no longer valuable or transferable? Then
Right,
what do you
right.
got? What can you do? And
I mean,
that's
that,
different than it was like 100 years ago. You know, um, to survive, that doesn't mean that you. I mean, I would prefer to know how to hunt, to know how to defend myself, protect myself, and things of that nature. But really, like you should at least be able to critically think and figure out a way to protect and provide for your family when like money's not an option, right? I think that's a
yes,
very
indeed.
important part of wealth to me anyway, because wealth is like having someone to share it with for me, right? Like taking care of the people I love, being able to provide the things that they need, um, and even just to, you know, nurture them and give them things that they might not necessarily need, but they want, just to encourage and support their growth and creativity and things like that. Um, that's a big part of wealth for me. I think it's the mindset more than it is the money, for sure. But everybody else thinks that the money is where it's at. So we got to kind of break that mindset shift for sure. Like they've got to know that it starts with your outlook on things, your perspective, right? If you're looking at everything like a consumer, you're never going to make it to wealthy.
True indeed. You gotta change your perspective on what money is. First off, you
Yeah,
gotta know what money truly is. And once you
exactly.
realize what money truly is, that's just gonna open your mind up from the rip.
That's it. That is it. You got to understand, like you said, you got to understand what money is. Money is not a necessity, right? Money is not the thing that you have to survive. Money is a tool that you use to obtain the things that you need to survive. Just like that car is a tool to get you to where you need to go. That hammer is a tool to hit those nails in place. The phone is a tool. Those are all tools that you can use, to either distract yourself or entertain yourself or to help yourself, benefit,
And debt,
make money.
and debt is like the debt. Your debt only exists because of the fact that uh you really didn't read the contract.
Right.
Because
Yeah,
the
exactly. You're
contract,
only making those payments.
because the contract is kind of is unilateral. So
Yeah.
only the company that you have this debt with, only they are able to assign it, but they didn't let you assign it. See, debt is only assignable and transferable. But the way that the contract is set up, only the company is
Benefits.
allowed to
Yes.
assign it,
It's
but
insane.
not you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It is insane. Uh, First of all, like Congress can't pass any law that impedes or like restricts or limits someone's private right to contract, right? So that's an actual law itself that they can't pass a law that prohibits or limits your ability to handle things privately through contracts and negotiations and things, right? So that's the first part. And then you have actual maxims of law, which are, these are things, maxim of a contract are things that have to be present in order for this contract to hold water, for it to be a lawfully binding contract that'll hold up in court and that, will actually be, administered and everything. Like there has to be certain maxims or laws or, things in place for that to happen. Right. So if there was no mutual ascension, if there was no full disclosure, like if you weren't set down and told exactly what it is, which nobody was, right? Nobody was told anything about it. They were told to sign here, put your social there. You're gonna get this from, this bank, and that's it. You don't care. You want that fucking car, man. You know what I'm saying? You want the house, you want the whatever it is, you're trying to get it, and the bank's the only way that you can get it, or so you think. You just don't know that you're actually at the closing on a house, a mortgage. Like when you actually sit down to get the keys at the closing table, everything's in an escrow account paid for. The house is paid for, the funds are there, everything's settled. It is a done deal. You don't owe anything, you own the house. But then you turn around and sign that contract, giving the bank or the whoever it is first priority security interest in the note, the right to transfer, the right to keep the proceeds, the interest, and then agreeing to come back and make those payments. Right? Seems kind of funny if the bank was selling you the house, then why are you giving them first priority security interest? Why are you giving them, like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Don't
Why
make
would I
sense.
be signing a contract agreeing to give you these things if you're the one giving me the house? Shouldn't you be like, doesn't make any sense.
And everything just tells you like, you just need to look back at everything. You know what I mean?
That's
Give
it.
everything a nice look, another look.
Read,
You know what
read
I'm
it,
saying?
read it, man. That's probably one of the best things you'd ever do if you, especially if you want to be wealthy.
Look, learning,
Start
learning,
reading.
learning about a different way about wealth, like learning that you can buy debt. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And sell debt.
they're
I
so
start understanding what the debt collectors are doing. They're making bank, bro.
they are.
And like the one guy,
There's people making
shout out
bank
to the
off of
guy,
just
shout out
suing
to
them
the
for their
guy,
violations too now.
Derek Whitehead, man. That's coming out. That's letting you guys know something. If you ain't listening, you gotta listen to what this guy is saying, right? The debt collectors, right, are buying your debt pennies on a dollar, right?
Yep. And
So
then you have
if you
no
could buy,
wedding signature contract with these companies. You did not agree to pay, capstone, whatever, uh, anything. They have no real lawful legal, all they did was just buy your debt from somebody, and now they're trying to force you to pay it. It's an offer. You don't have to
yeah,
accept it.
and
You can
then
literally tell them,
they
I
get you to they
refuse.
get you to pay on
Don't
it.
call me anymore. And
Once
if
they
they
get you,
do,
once they get you to pay on it for 6 months, 6 to 8 months, you start paying on that debt again. It becomes a performing debt from a non-performing debt. They can take that to the bank and
yeah.
borrow against it up to
Well,
seventy
once
five
they charge
percent,
it
making
off, it
cash.
can't be it once they charge it off, it can't be put on your credit report anymore anyway, because it's now considered income.
Right.
So the moment that you have a credit card bill or a loan payment or anything that goes like past due, and then they charge it off, or they can't, you know what I'm saying, the cancellation of debt, they just file a 1099-C, and then that's it. Boom, they get paid, and then you now have this charge off on your credit report that shouldn't be there because they got paid, covered. You're not in default. So the moment that happens, you can literally call up the credit bureau and be like, "Hey, yeah, I need this removed off of my credit report now because it's not credit." Yeah, there's a lot of little tricks that I forget 15 or 18, maybe it's 15 USC 8 something B or whatever, the
For which
unadmissible
one?
purposes. You
Oh,
can
the
get so
permissible
much.
purposes.
Yeah,
It's
you can get so much done
I
with
think it's
that.
15 USC 1681.
1681, that's it. Yeah. And then 81, 82. Yeah. That you can get so much done with that, it's ridiculous. So simple. And literally, if you get pushback, hang up, call right back. I did that like a couple weeks ago. The first person I got was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna have to file this letter with the company, and then wait 14 days, and then if they don't do this, then you can call back, and then we'll process da 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 da." All that, like I hung up immediately and just called right back, and they processed it right through. It was like I had 15 inquiries removed off my credit report like the next day. Yeah, once you understand the credit thing, it's really not that important, man.
if
Like
if if
I
y'all
my
if for the listeners, if y'all want to figure out a little play, you feel what I'm saying? You gotta contact with us though. That's like a
yeah,
one-on-one thing. How you can get on the
yeah,
block
I
list,
might be giving too
and
much
if
away, huh?
they look, if they you get on the block list, you feel what I'm saying, and if they call you, you know what I mean. It's like how did they get your number if you on this block
Mhm.
list or whatever, and that's like an automatic 1500. You know what I mean?
Yep.
One-on-one though.
You can, but yeah, you can sue the debt collectors, like a lot of people actually for harassment, for all kind of things. There's like he was saying earlier, there's a lot of like people that are making money buying people's debts. There's a lot of people that are making a lot of money suing the people that are buying the debt for violations. Like if they call and you tell them you refuse to pay and they call back, that's a that's literally a violation. That's $1,000. I told you not to call back. You call back. It's a violation. People don't even know that, right? They'll get hounded every day by debt collectors and be so like pissed off about it. My phone's always debt collectors bills. They don't even know that you could just tell them you refuse, and if they call you again, sue
Well, they better get hit. You feel what I'm
them. Yeah, I
saying?
know that's right. Oh, the
Better
boy
get hit.
jumped in with the Kango and everything going.
Yeah,
Okay.
got the you know what I mean, the ways to worry about
Hey,
yourself.
I love that
Bucket
shit. It
hat
says
on that
worry
day. You
about
feel what I'm
yourself.
saying?
I love that.
Of course, with that Numaji foundation on. You feel what I'm saying?
What? Hey, boy, jumped out the game with the whole gear on.
Got
That's
you,
what I need to
family.
do. So I thought
Got
I
you.
was feeling myself in the little striped, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? I got the matching shoes with the blue and the black and the gray. You know what I'm saying?
But hey, that's how you gotta be, family. This is
You
just
got
me
to,
every
man. You
day,
gotta have a
though.
little swag too. You got to,
This is
right?
me every day. You feel what I'm saying? I can't be on here with no swag and I
Oh,
make
look, I
clothes.
love it. You got the background and everything. I thought I was kicking shit.
Hey, you doing it. This is just my
Hey,
little
I'm trying,
background
man.
right here. This is my second one when I need to get some light on me. You feel what I'm
I
saying?
like that. Where'd you get the banner behind you?
I got the banner from off of Temu, Daddy.
Hey, yeah, I need to do. They got a little podcast station
Temu
thing that
come
I was
in,
gonna
come
get.
in, come in handy for certain things. You feel what I'm saying? You don't want to be doing certain things on there.
Right. Yeah, you don't really get no clothes or nothing, huh? Well, I don't know. The buddy that I know, he got all kind of clothes from Temu. He would come in all kind of crazy shit. He love it. I don't trust it though. I don't know. I'm afraid I'll get like a little bitty tiny pants set or something.
Nah, I think they pretty all right with the clothes, as long as
No,
you
but you know that okay, let's talk
right.
about like some abstract ways of building wealth and things. That right there is a hustle. Temu is a hustle
Um,
because you can literally get enough people to come sign up to Temu, and Temu will like send you free shit.
yeah, that's a affiliate marketing or
Yeah,
referrals.
affiliate
Like,
marketing. There's so many
yo,
ways to make money, guys.
that's
If
the
you're broke,
easy.
it's
That's the
because you
easy.
don't want
Yeah,
to make money.
the easiest way to make money right now, dog, without no money up front is affiliate marketing.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? You
it
find a
is.
company that has a referral link of some shit that you feel like is dope. You feel what I'm saying? And you grab you a link. You know what I mean? What
Here's
you
the
would do
link.
is you would mask it with a tracking link. You know what I mean? And start sharing it around. You feel what I'm saying? And you don't even have to do nothing. The company already got the whole landing page or whatever and all that stuff for
Got
you.
it
You
all
don't even
set
have to
up,
build all
everything.
that
They just
yourself. You know what
the
I'm
more traffic you get to that website, the more money they're gonna pay.
saying? Yeah, you can do like what they call it. You can do Google ads. You can do click through marketing or whatever.
That's what
Click,
me and Josh
you know what I
spoke about.
mean?
Yeah, last night
Cost per
was like,
click or whatever, something like that.
yeah. Chris said it the best. He said everything's a marketing problem. Said everything. You know what I mean? And it really is the truth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Whoever's getting the most attention is getting the most money.
yeah, definitely. And look, and
Definitely.
that's what
So
I was about to
everything's
say too. Even with the music or whatever that we got going on, and the podcast, just by noticing with myself or whatever, you just got to keep everything. Try to keep everything underneath one. name. So we're going to do. You already
Brand.
got
Yes,
wealth.
it's all
You
about
got
brand.
Wealth Wave. You got Wealth Wave already. It might as well be Wealth Wave Records. You know what I mean? The podcast. It might as well be Wealth Wave Podcast. Everything
Right.
might as well be Wealth Wave. You feel what I'm saying? Everything. Everything.
Right.
Everything.
It keeps everything centralized, branded, and then if you do it right and trademark everything, copyright all your materials and all of that, then that means any time that it's used without your express written consent, you get paid too. So if somebody else uses it without you giving them permission, you get paid off of that.
Right. And just like that's why I get in front of these cameras with my own brand because
That's it.
who's to say they can do some low blow stuff and be like, oh, I didn't pay you to wear my brand
Right.
in the front of this camera or whatever, and then they sue you
Or
for
they
that.
try to say that you're using their brand or their product, intellectual property. Man, let me say
Yeah.
something. There's a million and 10 ways to sue somebody, and people's thought of a million and 10 more.
Yeah, I'm telling
Really,
you, and
it's
everybody always looking
ridiculous.
for a quick buck, so you got to be careful.
That's a way to generate wealth. Literally, just reading and knowing like the administrative process. That's basically an attorney. And no, you don't have to have a license to practice law. People think that it's the most ridiculous thing. You can be an attorney. In fact, you can literally be a pro se litigant and represent yourself. You have to be a licensed attorney, to practice law. Licensed as an
That
attorney.
don't even make sense
Yeah, but you don't
because
have to have a license to.
you can't have a
Yeah, that's
license
crazy.
to
Like
practice law.
that would be telling everyone they can't even defend themselves. But people believe that. They believe that you have to have a license. You have to be a licensed attorney to practice law,
But that's a
and it's
business in itself too. Just knowing the administrative process, because people don't know the
exactly.
administrative process. You know what I'm saying? People don't even
And
know.
it's different for
People are
different
looking at me
procedures
right
and
now
things.
like administrative
Yeah,
process.
they're like, what are they talking about? Administrators. What are we like? Yeah, it's basically like the way you would file paperwork in court. For those of y'all that don't know, that's the
Yeah,
administrative
it's
process.
how you supposed
Because
to
a lot of people,
respond when you get letters in the mail from debt collectors and stuff.
yeah,
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 it's that's the process
you
that you
have to
respond.
express that you
Mhm.
do not consent or you don't agree. Otherwise, you did. So if they send you an offer and you don't express the fact that you refuse, then you accept.
Exactly.
It's pretty crazy. You can also use that against them, though. You can send something, use the mailbox rule. And so you can actually form a lawful, valid contract through the mail by sending whatever the document or whatever the letter of instruction and things are. And then you would kind of do the same way they would do you. Like they're going to tell you, hey, this amount is due by this time, and if you don't pay this by this time, you owe this much. Right? That's
Hmm.
like the standard thing. Like if your light bill or something's past due, that's what they're going to do. They're going to tell you, hey, you got to pay this much by this time, or it's going to be more. Right? You get that bill and you don't do nothing about it. Well, that's contract. You just like accepted it pretty much. And then they're going to send like another notice after that, right? Letting you know, hey, this is the second notice now. Um, your lights is past due. You better pay this amount, or we're going to cut that shit off. And then you don't do shit about that either. You don't call. You don't like tell them no. You don't send anything back in writing, refusing or you know declining, and then
And
they send
sometimes,
that other notice, and yeah, you've literally agreed to it. That's a contract that you like will basically be held liable to because you didn't express that you didn't consent to the whole thing.
hey Chris, and sometimes uh we don't be following the directions when we pay the bill because they tell you don't send cash. So if they tell
Yeah,
you don't send cash, like what am I supposed to be sending?
right. Yeah, exactly. Isn't that crazy? Hey, you know what's crazy? It's crazy that people don't even realize that if
They tell
you
you
if you accept
they tell
cash,
you don't send cash with this payment.
yeah,
And either
exactly.
way that
It
you look
tells you
at it,
that
even
on
if
the
you
on the
paying it with your
paperwork.
credit card and all that, that's still quote unquote cash. So it's like, don't send me cash with this payment. You feel what I'm saying? So people just gotta listen, bro. That's just the gym in
Yeah, you got to
itself.
listen and read, and like you got to know the terminology, right? Because that's where they get everybody is with the legalese and stuff. That's the craziest stuff ever, man. Like you think you know what these words mean. You think you know what a person is. Everybody thinks they know what a person is, but they have no idea what a person is.
Yeah, your business is a person.
Yeah. Your business is a
You know what
person.
I
Your
mean?
your
Like your business is a
LLC is a
person.
person.
You know?
Your social security
According
number
to
is a
these words,
person.
anyway, in the law, and the way that's everything's set up, yeah, all that is
Exactly. And
that's
it's
what a
made that
person
way
is.
intentionally to confuse the shit out of you. And,
It's made
you
that
know,
way so they can usurp us from all our
that's
rights and
it.
shit. That's
It's
why
all
it's
about
made that
getting your
way.
estate. It's all about getting your estate and the rights to all of your property. Even your children. They're not even yours. If they're signed up through the state, they're not even yours. They're a ward of the state. And you
But
had
this is
them in a
what
foundling hospital more than likely. And for those of y'all that don't know what foundling hospitals are, those are like kind of how you know how you can take a baby and drop them off at a fire station without going to jail for like, child neglect and shit like that.
I think you do
And
it
they'll
to a
take them
church
in.
too.
Yeah, church, those are foundling institutes. Every hospital in America is now a foundling institute. So it's okay. It's okay for you to abandon your kids at a hospital and for someone else to claim them. Isn't that crazy?
And this is more wealthier than you expected it to be, ain't it?
Yeah, I know it, right? Didn't even plan on getting that deep into it.
But
But
hey,
that's
like
real
we
wealth,
said, we
right?
started at
Knowing what's going
perspective.
on.
Started
Knowledge
at
is the
perspective.
wealth.
Is that's perspective, bro. It's all
Yep,
about your perspective. That whole first segment right there is just should change your whole perspective on how you looking at things right now
it
from the
really
beginning.
should.
Because this is real life shit that go on every day that you
Every
go
day.
on every month. You feel what I'm saying? My bills now starting to pay me. Like I got a
Exactly.
subscription that paid me a silver coin. When I pay $48 a month or whatever, I receive a silver coin, an ounce. You know what I'm saying? That's what type of bills you want to be starting acquiring. You feel
Yep.
something? If you're gonna pay something to
One thing that'll
somebody, you better
probably
get something back of value. You know what I'm
one
saying?
simple thing that'll probably help a lot of people is stop measuring stuff on by dollar amounts. Right? Stop looking at something like, oh, well, this costs this much money. Right? Start looking at it by the amount of time and effort and energy it took to get it. So if that's $100 and you work a job $20 an hour, that's 5 hours worth of work for that pair of shoes. Right? That's not $100. That's 5 hours worth of your time and energy. Just simple things like that will change your whole perspective.
Right.
Like
The build on
download
that,
download the Yuka app. That'll change your whole diet.
Yuka.
Yuka, Yuka. It's got a little carrot on it. Scan everything that you before you buy it. That's all you got to do. Just scan it before you buy it and see what Yuka says about it.
That's
It's
dope.
going to tell you. Not only is it going to tell you, hey, this is probably not good for you, give you alternatives and substitutes, but it's going to break it down. It's going to say this particular additive, this chemical does this. It gives you this cancer. It, shuts these liver functions down. Like it's going to tell you specifically. And then you're going to scan like bread. You're going to go grab something you think is healthy as hell, and it's going to be literally filled with shit that's killing you. And so
Yeah.
just that alone, there's no way you're going to keep scanning this shit and seeing that everything you're buying is giving you cancer and keep buying it. If you do, then you deserve it. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear shit later on when you're going through chemo, which is also not good for cancer. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah, yeah. That's one of the reasons
remove
why
the
I barely eat
toxicities,
now is
remove the
because
cancer.
of they all the stuff that they doing to the food. So I barely eat now. And that's why I've been intermediate fasting for like damn near 3 years.
Yeah, I intermediate fast every day, and then sometimes I fast for I haven't done no Gandhi shit. I can't do no like week long fat no shit like that. But I've made it like a day or two, but then but even then it's like you're not like super hungry. It's just like I think it's more of an addiction really because we Americans especially eat like 12 times the portion size that they're supposed to eat. So that's
Yeah.
crazy. That's 12 times, and that's the average American. Some people eat way more than that. So you're eating 12 times too much, and then you go an hour like like the kids they'll eat an hour later they're act like they're starving to death. It's like there's no way you're hungry. Like I haven't ate at all like today, and I'm not hungry, and I'm four times as big as you. There's no way. But I think it really is. It's like addiction.
My kids get
You know,
hungry as soon as they see stuff.
yeah, exactly. And I get hungry when I'm bored, right?
Yep.
I get like that. That's how it works. When it's a way to just kind of get that spike in endorphins in your brain. You know, so a lot of people don't realize that. Like sugar, for instance, you're going to get the same chemical reaction with sugar as you would, say, a narcotic. It's just in a very, minute amount, right? And
Yeah.
that's why people that usually are recovering, what do? They eat a lot of food and end up getting fat
Yeah.
because they're going and seeking that same thing, that chemical reaction in the brain, and they're doing it through other avenues.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Well,
it's pretty crazy. Food is
um,
definitely an addiction, but food is medicine too. And what you put in your body definitely determines who you are as a person. Because if you're not healthy, first of all, your entire immune system is going to run off of your gut biome. So if your gut biome and the stomach acids and enzymes and things that are in your digestive system aren't the way they're supposed to be, you're going to have dis-ease. That's what disease is. It's a diseasement of the cells in the body, right? It's not like something that you just catch. I mean, there are viruses and things of that nature that happen like that. But as far as like a disease, especially chronic disease, all chronic disease is almost completely like reversible and preventable. All chronic disease is from your lifestyle, you know? That's cardiovascular disease. It's like one of the
yeah,
leading killers. That
they
is
say it
definitely
starts in the
because of the
gut.
food you're eating and the lack of exercise. Diabetes, completely reversible. You can reverse diabetes, man. You don't have to take all that, you can literally reverse it. Just get your diet right. There's actually a lot of
Catch it early.
studies and shit that suggest that even Alzheimer's, certain forms of Alzheimer's can actually be reversed through just healthier diets. Throw the microwave out, probably help a lot of you guys, you
Hey,
know.
a simple fast will help out a lot
It really
because
would.
let your body start eating off at all the bad shit that's in your body.
You
You feel
know,
what I'm saying?
that's
Because that's
probably why
what your
me and you're
body's
so
going to
productive.
start doing first. It's going to start eating that whatever don't
That's
belong there.
it.
It's going to eat that shit away first.
After 24 hours of fasting, your body actually starts to eat all the waste and all of the cancer causing cells and things in the body. So the cells that would mutate and eventually form a tumor that becomes cancerous, if you fast, your body will just go ahead and eat those things up and get them out. Right? It'll
Indeed,
it'll detoxify itself. And that's
indeed.
another thing. Breakfast. It literally it's what it says. Break fast. You're breaking your fast.
Hmm.
That's what breakfast is. And believe it or not, man, that's all those dinners, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all that. That's just bullshit, man. That's it, it's just to make money. It's just to make money. It's just like how they've got everybody
Make
drinking
money
milk
and make
now.
you
That
overweight.
milk was literally from World War II, where they used the milk. They would send powdered milk and everything over to the soldiers because it was like a good source of protein and nutrients and stuff. And it was, easily. So they had this huge industry of milk. And then after World War II, they needed something to do with it, right? So what they do, they started marketing and pushing the milk for breakfast and cereal with milk, and you got to have your milk, and so now everybody drinks milk. And we've only been able to drink cow's milk for like a couple 100,000 years or something, or like 100,000 years. Not even been that long. It's not like something we've been doing.
It's way too long though. Way too
Yeah,
long.
I know it's crazy. Think about it. These people are drinking something that turns like a small calf into 1,000 pound like beast, big fat. Just
1,000 pound big back.
yeah, like that's what you guys are drinking. That's what you're trying to do, man. Like no wonder you have health problems, man. You're not 1,000 pound cow, dude. You're a human being.
And look at the gorilla. He don't do nothing but eat leaves, and he
That's
like a
it, man.
thousand
Completely
pounds.
does not eat no meat, and they'll tell you it's because he has an enzyme in his stomach that allows him to break the shit down and create the proteins. But I don't know if that's necessarily true because you can actually take and fry rice in coconut oil and release like that same enzyme.
Didn't know that.
Yeah,
Not coconut
it's
oil.
pretty crazy.
No, didn't know that.
And then I've been doing a lot of research here lately, because I've got my certifications in nutrition and personal training and shit from back in the day. And so I've always been into that. But I've been doing a lot of like research and looking into like just some of the shit Dr. Sebi was teaching, and things like that. There's definitely proof and like scientific data that supports it, backs it up. It's for real. Um, that I don't know if I think the whole protein, complete protein, got to have meat there. I think that's a fabrication for one. You got essential and non-essential amino acids, and all of those are present in vegetables, fruits. You just might have to mix a couple.
Hmm.
But they try to act like that, like animal meat is the only complete protein, and that it's necessary for. I don't know, dude. There's a lot of research I've been looking into lately that supports the carbohydrates could actually be what's responsible for a lot of muscle growth.
I mean, I don't know. I just know that doing some research on our diets, you feel what I'm saying? It's like we not even supposed to be eating meats. You
Right.
know what I mean? It's hard for us to digest and all that stuff. So it's like
You
we
know
ain't supposed to
why?
be
You
doing
know why
any.
aspartame is like it's a 0 calorie, and it's like the fake sugar. The molecule actually like spins backwards. It keeps the body from being able to actually like process it and digest it, like so it has no calorie.
That's wild.
To me, that shit just sounds like something I ain't trying to have inside my body. You talking about a molecule spinning the wrong way, and that's why my body can't break it down and process it as a calorie. Like yeah, probably don't need to drink or eat that, whatever it is.
Yeah, probably just need to go ahead and bite a piece of glass off or something. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Go ahead and start eating couch cushions. You know what I'm saying? It's insane, man. But really, there's one cereal. There is one cereal brand, and this is the part that pisses me off. Is this is marketed towards our children, right? So this is literally specifically designed and targeted for our babies, man. And there's
Yeah,
only one cereal, one old cereal anyway. You got newer ones like Kashi and things like that like but there's only one like existing old cereal that doesn't have like just completely crazy cancerous like deathly additives in it.
that
Can
Cheerios.
you No, Cheerios is so bad. They've got so
That's
much, I
terrible.
swear. They market it like it's healthy, but check the additives. And just because it says organic or natural or the non, like that doesn't mean it's good. Because a lot of times, especially here lately, what they're doing is they're buying out the organic brands, they're buying out the healthier brands, and then putting all these additives. So it'll be organic. Like, yeah, they grew this organically. They didn't put no pesticides, no crazy shit on it, nothing. But after they grew it, they shot that shit up with all kind of additives,
What cereal?
preservatives,
Cornflakes.
emulsifiers, just a bunch of crazy shit, dude. You
Is it
know,
cornflakes?
no, you're
That
never
is
gonna guess.
terrible.
You'll
That
never
is
guess which
terrible.
one it is.
Those are
Yeah, the cornflakes
that's
aren't good either,
that's plain Cheerios and plain cornflakes. It's not even one of those. That is
and they're
terrible.
bad. They're both bad. Yeah, it's terrible. It's Honey Smack. Honey Smacks is the only
The
one.
ones that they can stay away from because they look like roaches.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like little black eyed peas. Yeah, but that's crazy, isn't it? So there's all those cereals, those 50,000 boxes of cereal that you go to the supermarket and look through, trying to pick your kid a healthy cereal, and you realize there are none, not one. Lucky Charms kills them. Frosted Mini Wheats used to be, and this was just literally like last year. There was no additives that would, it had like a couple limited risk additives. But that's another thing about that UK app. It'll break it down. It'll let you know to say this is like a limited risk, right? So this is like it has some data that supports that it could, cause these mild things or maybe an allergic reaction. You know what I mean? But then it'll
Yeah.
have like moderate risk, which is like, all right, this is, pretty much we know this is what this does to you. We got to tell you. And then you've got like the like high risk, bright red shit that's like, all right, this is gonna kill you. It's gonna give you
Yeah.
cancer. It's gonna take a leg. You know what I'm saying? And it's right there. It's like if it's got a box and it's got a mascot, you probably shouldn't eat it.
Yeah. I mean, that's terrible, man. But
It is terrible. 95% of the shit you're eating is killing you. And then guess who you run to? The hospital and the pharmaceutical companies to get the
the
medicine for being sick, right?
the other guy,
Guess who owns
the
those?
other Grim Reaper in a different colored
Yeah. Guess
hood.
who owns them? The same people that sold you that food that fucked you up.
Yo,
Right? That's who. So they own the food that's killing you, and they own the doctor that you go to save your life.
yeah, that's why what we be doing, bro. It's like literally showing people like, yo, build a. It's possible to build your own
It's
e-
possible. It's not only possible; it's better.
ecosystem. You know what I mean? And do it yourself so you know what's going on. You know what I mean? Connect with people that's doing healthier things. You feel what I'm saying?
Yes. Surround yourself with just people that are like trying to do better. That alone will help you tremendously. That's what wealth is going to start with is somebody who is doing more, right? Because that's the other part. Everybody is they want to fantasize and they want to look up to and they want to idolize like these CEOs and all these wealthy people and all this, but they don't. They would never do what those people did to get there, right? Like they literally they'll just be envious and jealous and just hate on somebody for all this money they got, wealth, status, freedom, whatever it may be, and there's no way you would have done half of the shit that that person did to get there.
Right. Those the NPCs right there. Those the ones that's
They
just there
are
to
the
take up
non-playable.
space.
Yeah, they're just there. I call them astronauts because that's all they do is take up space.
Facts. That's a bar.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Well, hey,
Those are the main ones complaining.
it be the haters, man. It be the haters all the
It'd be the
time.
hater, right?
Mhm.
And
That's
usually
all
it's
they
because
here to
they see
do.
something in you they
That's all they
admire
here to
that they
do
don't
is
see in
to
themselves.
hate and give you fuel to do what you're supposed to be doing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Don't buy into
Use
them.
that. Direct that energy. If they're hating, just direct it, right? Because that's what you have. That's the thing. Life is literally 10% what actually happens, right? The circumstance is only 10% of it. And the other 90% is how you handled it.
And 90% of what you think is gonna happen don't.
That's true. But if you keep
So don't
thinking
worry
about it long
yourself to
enough, it
death.
will.
Yeah, don't worry yourself to death. If you're gonna worry about anything, worry about some good shit happening at all times.
Yeah. That's why I ain't never
That's how you
understood that.
transform the
Like if you can
energy
be in
and
your
all your
head,
manifestation and everything. Transform it.
yeah,
All negative
make it
thoughts,
real.
transform into positive thoughts. You want to worry about something, worry about being rich, a billionaire. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? See how
Yeah.
fast that shit come to you.
I'm telling you, man. It's really that simple. Like that book, I read it a long time ago, Think and Grow Rich, and like I overlooked it, when I first read it years ago because I was just like, it's just a book about just some dude saying he just wanted to do something and did it. You know what I mean? It's like but they act like it's so, but it really is like it's a revolutionary book to read, man. Like if you actually sit down, and take the time and get the concept of it, because it's really that way. If you decide, you put the time, you put the energy, and you just put your mind to it, you will get it. If you
Yeah,
want it bad enough, you'll get it. I know I've never
absolutely.
set my mind to anything and not obtained it. I've never just really made that decision like I'm going to do this and not made it. Now I've told myself or lied to myself about a few things that I thought I wanted, and then when you kind of get going at it, you realize that's not really what. But when if it's something I set my mind to, I say, you know what, I'm going to have this, you know, car or do this thing, or like I've done it.
Yeah, and when you got that
You got to
energy,
want it.
bro, you start noticing when you got that energy that your mind is set and you gonna finish and accomplish that. it's like the universe knows like
Yeah,
that your mind is set.
it
And
not
then
it helps. It assists.
the other side starts playing harder. He knows too, so he started doing everything to
Yeah,
make you start
get ready for them
procrastinating
hurdles.
worse and harder. You feel what I'm saying? So like when you become aware that, you start seeing that. That's why my wife said said the perfect thing for the week. She was like, "Yo, you got to confuse the enemy." I was like, "Absolutely."
Yeah,
You know what I mean? And every time she say confuse the enemy, I always say confuse the energy, because that's what it is. It's always like this
that's
negative
it.
energy around like that. That's just trying to like stop you. And all I can do is like, "Yo, that's good shit that you're doing that. That lets me know that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do." You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, that's you know what? That's how I've kind of took it now too. I've started to just like embrace all the crazy, illogical, irrational, just bullshit that happens. Right? If you're going through one of those times in your life, right, to where you're really doing, what you think or what you believe to be the right thing, right? Like mind, if you know your heart, you know your intentions, right? Everybody else might not, but you do, like, so
Hmm.
if you really know that you have good intentions and I'm just trying to do something good or positive, I ain't trying to hurt, and shit just keeps going crazy, crazy wrong, like just this shit don't make no sense type of situation, bro, you're headed in the right direction. There's a
Yeah.
reason why shit ain't adding up. There's a reason why shit don't make no sense because they're not trying to let you leave, man. They do not want you escaping. They do not want you elevating. So they're
Yeah.
going to do everything they can. It's going to make no sense. They're going to do whatever they can to frustrate you, to make you sad, to make you angry, fearful, whatever low vibration they can get you resonating at so they can seize control and pull you back down. That's what they're going to do. So I embrace that. I look at that as like the indicator of, okay, shit, yeah, I'm doing the right thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most
Yeah.
people would give up when it gets hard. Like it's just, you know what? I'm done. Fuck this, man. It's too hard. It's just a bunch of crazy shit. I'm done. Right? They give up too soon.
I mean, I used to use playing the game as a mechanism to calm the storm that was going on in my mind. You know what I'm saying? When I used to have like so much going on, I sit down and play 2K. You know what I mean? As I play
Yeah.
2K, it's something that I can occupy myself with. You know what I mean? But it ain't making me do no thinking, no extra thinking. You feel what I'm saying? And then my
Right.
mind, like after a few games of 2K, my mind would be so clear, and I get away from the game and be able to like what go forward with whatever I had going on. But for whatever reason, I could not do it because my mind was cluttered and built a wall. So I was like, couldn't think forward. You feel what I'm saying? So I used to use the game as a mechanism to think, to get past that, break that wall down, to continue to push forward. You feel what I'm saying?
Coping.
Now I
Yeah.
just go to sleep. You feel what I'm saying? I felt myself I go to sleep now. You feel what I'm saying? And release myself. Just go to sleep
And
and
let it
and
go.
and put the flesh to rest. You feel what I'm saying? And let the spirit work. You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
man.
And let
Yeah.
the
That's my
energy work.
favorite time too. Especially if you ever like lucid dream. That's
Sometimes
that's crazy, bro. The first
I
time
felt
I ever
myself
realized,
drop
like,
into
I was like,
something
wait a minute,
last night when I was
like
asleep,
I'm in
and
a
I knew I
dream.
wasn't. I knew I wasn't all the way asleep yet. You feel what I'm saying? But I felt my body shift. You feel what I'm saying? I was like,
Yeah, you felt that trend like that.
"What
It's
is
like you
that?"
just went to like a different. Yeah, it's like you're in and out of like alternate realities or universes or something. It's pretty cool. But
Yeah,
like once you learn that you're in a dream, then you can kind of practice that shit. You can actually start to kind of control and like kind of dictate the dreams. It's pretty cool actually.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
I don't know if everybody can do it, but like I know a couple of people that could, and I've been able to do it. It's like, you got to kind of concentrate on it. But once you're able to like recognize that this is a dream, then you can actually start dictating and like doing what you want and having the dream kind of, you can make it do. I found that out because I used to hate it. We've all had those dreams where you get into a fight with somebody and you're swinging as hard as you can, but when you hit them, you just like, "Boop,"
yeah,
just
yeah,
barely
yeah,
tap
yeah.
them. You're like, what? You're like, there ain't no way, dude. I know I hit hard. And that's when I realized I was in a dream because like I would hit dude and I'd just be like, boop. And he would just, and I'd be like, what? And
trying
I'd
to
rear
trying
back
to
and hit him
swing as
again.
hard
And it
as
would
he
just be
can,
like
but it's
slow
just
motion.
moving mad slow. Like, yeah,
Yeah, slow as hell, like no power behind it at all. And I got mad at that because I was like, I know I hit harder. And that's when I realized wait a minute, I'm in a dream.
hmm,
It was crazy. Then I started like trying to practice and work on that shit. Like have the dream do what I want. Still ain't been able to hit harder in the dream though. I don't know. That's
yeah. Now, so what's some practical tools today that you've been using, like, what I mean, to do anything with your business? Like, what you got going on?
Man, a video camera, a simple little camera, man. Your phone. Your phone is probably the biggest tool that you can use to generate any kind of revenue, wealth, attention, networking, marketing. Like it's literally it's an all-in-one business uh like assistant right there in your pocket. It can
Yeah.
take the calls, it can do text messages, it can record the videos, it can make pay, it can do it all. The
Your
whole
phone
business
can
can be
do
ran from a
your
phone.
phone can do everything.
Everything. And you use it
It's
for
a
nothing.
small computer. You feel what I'm
It
saying? That's why
is.
I call it a smartphone. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
But smartphones make dumb people apparently.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm a victim of it too because I remember I used
Yeah.
to
I
remember
mean, I
numbers
used
a
to really
lot more.
distract
Now I
myself.
just leave that joint on my phone. You remember the numbers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't gotta remember the numbers. You know what I mean? Make it easier for you to forget your
Yeah.
passwords now. But my password's sweet for me now. But the phone
Yeah.
remembers it now. I don't gotta type it in every time. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But
But then it becomes a dependency thing, right? Then it becomes
yeah,
a like, oh shit, if I lose my phone, my whole life's over. Like I'm nervous about that just because I got so many different accounts and shit on my phone. You know what I mean? So it's just
yeah,
like, if somebody did get in there, like they're gonna be pretty happy, and I'm gonna be
yeah.
pretty mad.
Well, they gotta get in the phone first.
Yeah, that's why I do Apple. iPhones encrypted,
It
everything. Like I got that shit set to where you put the password in 10 times,
ain't even
it's
a
erasing
password. You
everything,
gotta put
deleting the
your
whole phone.
you gotta put your face in on mine. You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And
That's the
and it's
whole
got to
point
be
about
focused, right? You can't catch me while I'm asleep or nothing. Like I got to be looking at it.
it.
And my shit's so sensitive. Like I literally, if I'm like this, I have to literally like lift my face up to like that shit will not go.
Think the only person that can open my phone up is my daughter with her face.
Well, now you could set up alternate appearances on the iPhone too, right? So somebody else could like if they knew you pat or if you had your phone unlocked or whatever, they can go in there and they could do an alternate appearance. And what it'll do is it'll set a facial scan up for them, and so they both of y'all could use it.
Nah, I think she just looks too much
She
like me.
might just look a lot like you, but I like actually yeah, I've done that. Matter of fact, I think we still got the passcodes. I think my girl can unlock my phone with her face and vice versa, or used to. I don't know.
But it is what it is. But me, um,
A lot of people are
my in
scared of
my
those
business, man,
biometrics.
I've been using Facebook in my business a lot often. You
Facebook,
feel what I'm saying? Like for you graphic artists and stuff like that. You feel what I'm saying? You
you
can
be
use
killing it.
Meta AI for a lot of, what I mean,
Oh,
logos.
check this one out. I got a new one. It's this Perplexity app. I haven't really like gotten really big into it yet, but it
I know
does
about
seem pretty
perplexity.
cool. It's like a generative AI thing. But you can create like spaces and things like that. And
Mm-hmm.
it's just like kind of like an open discussion type of deal, but it'll also like search things for you and things like that.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be pretty cool, and from what I've like learned about it so far and what I've used of it, it does seem pretty cool, man. And then you can do like just all kind of different like you
Look,
can create any subject, any topic, anything, and then it'll create like a whole thread based on that discussion that you can share and market and do whatever.
yeah, it'll
um
make a whole blog post for you. You
yeah,
feel what I'm
it'll
saying?
do a
A
whole thing.
comprehensive one too. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
And then it's got like news stories and all kind of different things when you log on. um Apparently you're supposed to be able to ask it anything. I haven't really tried it out yet, but
I have perplexity on my phone.
yeah, that's
I actually bought some API keys I mean for it. You feel what I'm saying? Because that's what I
yeah.
wanted to use for my AI automation, my agent, so it can go
Okay.
find and research things. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
So
that's
is
why
it
I bought
good?
the
Do you
API
like
key for it.
do you like it better than Chat GPT for like just research
I
and
like it.
development?
Yeah, I like it because Chat GPT can't go and do things for you.
I
I mean,
know that's the
you can
only thing I hate.
it can't
We'll
search the
talk and
internet.
plan, but
You feel what I'm saying?
so
It
Perplexity
can't
can
really search
actually
the
like
internet,
administer things for you.
but it can administer things like that, but it can't search the internet. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
Perplexity can search the internet for relevant
and everything.
things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
We
saying? So
know that
that's the
chat.
that's
They just did the Chat GPT search extension or something. I had it on maybe
yeah,
Safari or something to where it's like a Chat GPT web browser.
yeah. I have DeepSeek on mine.
Yeah, yeah. The DeepSeek, I've heard like I've used it a little bit. It's it. You like it?
Bro, you can mix it up and master. Like you can mix up these AIs to do certain things for you.
Yeah,
Don't make
that's
no
what I
sense,
do. I'll
bro.
run shit through different ones and stuff.
There's different ones that do certain different things that's like, perfect for like, I don't know.
I like that Gronk.
Different things in
The
different
Twitter
places in the
AI was
business.
pretty fire.
No, you talking about Gronk?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's got a fucking personality too.
yeah, yeah. I liked it. It's straight.
You ever tell him to roast you?
No, I haven't.
Yeah, tell
But
him to
I have
roast
went
you.
and set Chat GPT up and told it like because if you you should customize it. You should tell it what it is. Like I told Chat GPT everything about me, and then you could tell Chat
No,
GPT how to answer you. Right?
no.
You could tell it like this. I want you to be unbiased. I want you to be neutral. I want you to, or you could like I told it to like don't bullshit me. This is literally what I trained Chat GPT for, and ever since then it has been like a lot better. I told it don't bullshit me. Like I told it everything I knew how to do first off, and then told it don't bullshit me. I want you to answer me like you've known me my whole life.
Mm,
And bro, ever since then, every time it tries to like, I'll be like, don't fuck with me now, and it'll swap it up and be like, all right, I'll give you the real answer. And but I go a
yeah,
little farther. I'll change words around and shit to get it to answer shit that it ain't supposed to answer and all kind of shit.
yeah, yeah,
Substitute
yeah.
yes and no for other words, and it'll tell you shit it ain't supposed to tell you.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, it's real shit. Like it'll tell you a bunch of shit it ain't supposed to.
But AI, man, supercharge everything. You feel what I'm saying?
That's it.
You got to implement it. You got
AI
to
is
learn how
like
to build a business around it. Learn how to put it in your business. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's a definitely a tool that I've been saying a lot about. You know what I mean? That I've been using lately. You feel what I'm saying? Different types in different types of forms. You feel what I'm saying? So definitely got to get acquainted with AI. Well, large
definitely should get
language
acquainted with
models. You know
AI,
what I mean? LLM.
especially for you guys that say you ain't got time, right? Because that's always the excuse. The reason why you ain't doing nothing. You don't have the time. Like it's the same thing with like working out. It's the same thing with money. It's the same. Like it's always the same excuse, right? They either don't have the time. Well, I just got so much stuff going on. I just don't have the time,
Not
right?
when you can put it on your
Or I don't.
phone.
I just don't got. I just don't got the money. I don't have the money. I don't have. Oh, well, I'm waiting until I got some extra money and then I'll start investing. It's like what? That's crazy. Why don't you just start investing now with what you have? That way you have extra money in the future because you're just sitting around waiting for extra money, but you're not doing anything extra to get it. How are you going to ever have extra money?
Yeah. And then that's another thing with like how you build the wealth. You can't always be trying to trade your time for money. So you got to
That's
figure
it.
out how to
I'm trying to
stop
trade my
trading your
money for other
time
people's
for
time.
money. You feel what I'm saying? That's
I'm trying to
why
get other
I
people's
produce
intellectual property, time, and energy
books,
because that's where the value is.
emails, you know what I mean, ebooks, books. I do my clothing.
Anything.
You feel what I'm saying? That's all income streams is what you would call. You feel what I'm
That's
saying?
what it's about.
Opportunities for me to make my own and produce my
Multiple
own.
income streams.
You feel what I'm saying? So
That's
learn
it.
how to produce something, man. Look, it's always the best way to go about building wealth is putting a product
For a
in the
service.
market
Yeah.
that solves a problem
That's it. Solve a problem. People are going to pay
in
you.
any niche, bro, in any category, in any industry, bro. Find a
And
problem,
consistency. Stay focused at it. You know what I
get the
mean? Don't do it
solution
for a
for
week
it.
and then give up.
Right.
And then here's
Do
the thing.
all you
I
can
if
do.
so if you create a digital product, say for instance, right? And you place it online, it's there, right? It's there. It can be replicated. It can be duplicated. It can be sold a million times. Right. I ran into this when I was first starting to try and do like personal training and stuff. Is
Mm-hmm.
like, well, you're limited to like actual in-person training. You're limited to how many hours there are in a day and the distance that the client is from, you personally. Right. So you can only train so many people and they got to be so close, and they can't be too far away. But online, you can literally create. And so instead of training that person, you could create a video to train that person and sell it to 1,000 or 1,000,000 different people. You create one video. So now all that time that you don't have, what do you mean? You don't have an hour to spend making a video to sell for the rest of your life.
Right.
I don't think time is your problem, bro. I think it's your mindset, your perspective at that point, right? Because truth be told, you could work out in 4 minutes and be so tired and sweaty and exhausted that you can't do 5 push-ups. I could
Mm-hmm.
break you down with one 4 minute Tabata set. So you don't have 4 minutes a day to work out. You don't want it. You just want to say you want it.
Yeah. If
Five
you don't
dollars a week will start investing for
if you
anybody.
can't make time in a day for something that you want, you don't want it enough.
You couldn't possibly want it
Yeah, you couldn't
because
possibly
you're
want
going
it.
and doing a whole bunch of shit you don't want. You're forcing yourself to go to this job that you hate every day, and you do that every single day for 10 hours a day,
And you
and you
do
hate
that
it.
by the gun, and you doing that by the gun.
Yeah,
You know what I
you
mean? By
hate it,
that thing
but you
called
do that. But you
bills. You
still,
feel what I'm
if
saying?
there's something
So
you want to do, you don't want it. You don't want to do it, or you'd be doing it. It's that simple.
look, man, I
I think
remember
it's a
being
victim
in
based mentality. Screw
multi-level
shit up.
marketing schemes and all this shit, and I could never get in front of people. You feel what I'm saying? And be online and doing live because it was something in me that said, like, bro, this is not really what you need to be into because this is not like the right type of business model you need to be into. You feel what I'm saying? Now it's easier for me to get in front of these cameras because I know that I'm doing some real shit, some shit that myself is
That's
doing
I
that
always shied
I'm
away too.
you know
I
what I
wonder
mean?
why
That
that
I'm
is.
motherfucking like really, really doing some shit that I'm doing. You feel what I'm saying? That I know that works. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I know
maybe
about
that's
some
it.
things.
Confidence.
I can't put you into something that I don't know what works. You feel what I'm saying? But I know that I can literally
Yeah,
tell you something that can really, really like put you in a place that works. You feel what I'm saying? That came from my own research, knowing and experience and being into certain things and peeping shit. Like, man, well, nah, it's not what it is. You feel what
yeah,
I'm saying?
exactly.
So.
Critical thinking and like just having the ability to like say, no, wait, this don't add up. A lot of people just don't have that, or maybe they do. Maybe they have that sense or that feeling that tells them like, wait, something don't make sense about this. But they're like looking around and it's like, well, everybody else is doing it. So I guess I'll do it. I
I know
think that's
people on
really
there.
what.
People are listening to us like, "What are y'all selling?" I'm not selling anything right now.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
selling
just
nothing,
having a
man.
good talk.
Yeah, we just talking, man. I know it happens every time. Like every time I get off of one of these, they're like, so what can I buy? And I was like, what are you selling? Like, nah, bro, you're shooting the shit, man. We just do this every week, man.
Man, I got some things that you could pay me, you know, me for my time for that you can learn that I
Yeah,
teach you that you'll be good forever. Just like teaching the man how to fish. You feel what I'm
exactly,
saying? But other than that, you
exactly.
know what I mean, custom shirts and gears and stuff like that. And we just doing some blockchain shit, like because we real early in the revolution of new technology and learning how to
Yeah.
use it a new way. You feel what I'm saying? So we just doing that, busting it up about from
That's
there.
what we're doing. We're just kind of experimenting and just having some vision and trying to just come up with some cool shit and some good ways to utilize different things. At this point in my life, I've made money so many different ways with so many different things that it's like money is not the problem, right? Making money is super easy. Holding on to it is a little harder. Um, but making
Absolutely.
money is simple. It's very simple. You can make money doing just about anything.
Yeah,
It's what are you going to do with that money
money is
once you
just
make it?
currency, bro. I'm just learning how to build wealth. You feel what I'm saying? My
Yeah,
own way. I felt like I got wealthy when understood the world.
that's
That's
it.
when I became wealthy. You feel what I'm saying?
That's
Because
it.
now it's like,
That moment.
bro, it's nothing. What am I wanting for? You feel what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
understand all this shit clearly. You feel what I'm saying?
right.
Everything else is just like, the cherry on top now. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Exactly. You tell people that, and but it's the truth. Wealthy people don't care about money. They don't. money is just a byproduct.
Yeah.
It's crazy that people think that the money is how that. No, the wealthy people, they don't care about the money. They understand how the shit works, and that's why the money is not the motive.
You know, the money for the other side is a tool to rape you from your happiness. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying? And if you know what happiness does to you in the body, in the physical form, in the spiritual form, you'll try to stay that way at all times. And when you're being happy or like laughing, you know what I mean? Real, like getting the real good laugh to the tears coming out your eyes, that's the state that you always want to be in. That is like your God
yes,
state. You feel what I'm saying? So, money is an easy tool. It's fake. You feel what I'm saying? Somebody's printing it and passing it around and saying this is what is what you need to buy things. And you know, now you need a job and they got these so-called bills coming through. You feel what I'm saying? So all that stuff, all everybody's happiness dwells on money.
it's just being
Nobody
sucked
knows
out
what
of them.
money is. You feel what I'm saying? So when you
Right.
start noticing or, you know, saying like, yo, these people out here using this as a weapon against my happiness out here, you won't let it be that way no more. You feel what I'm saying? You start noticing like, yo, you know what? Yo, when you ain't got no money, you ain't feeling too good, are you?
Right.
Why is it that way? Why is that money tied to your happiness and the way you feel? You feel what I'm
Yep.
saying? It shouldn't be because that shit don't even exist. It ain't even tied to nothing.
Exactly. It's not
You
even
got you
real.
got
Like,
more your body got more valuable elements in it
yes.
than that money do.
You know, there's actual gold in your urine.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's
I didn't know
crazy.
that. But that's
Yes,
crazy.
I
I know
dude,
it flow through
like
the I know
somebody
it flow
somebody
through
brought
these
it to my
veins
attention.
though.
Somebody brought it to my attention, and I was like, "What?" And then like I read the whole little diagram. And there's like all kind of experiments supporting it and everything. Uh, like it was crazy. It was actual like scientific data and everything that was like telling you like how you can extract the gold from your urine. It's crazy. Like I mean, I haven't actually tried it, but it definitely made sense.
Man, I
And
was
I
just
mean, you
talking to
think about it,
my
your body's got all kind of other metals in it. You know what I mean? Your body's made up of all the same. Everything in this universe is made up of the same shit.
right. You know what I'm saying? Right. I was just talking to my father-in-law and I was telling him about how like my wife told me I think it was like llamas or something like that, like they poop. Right. And I was like, no, I mean, you can have a llama. He can go out there and poop. You can straight bag the poop up, put your brand on that joint and sell it. He got the cracking up or whatever. I was like, well, I'm
You
like, that's
can though.
that's literally
Manure.
real
That's
shit
a
though,
business.
because it's like
Think about this.
that's like
Water.
the best fertilizer you can have or whatever. I was like, you could be selling shit out here, literally.
Water is more expensive than gas. That's
You feel
crazy.
me? So it's like, bro, like there's all types of ways you can do things, bro, and be wealthy, but I contend that if you come to realization of how like the world is set up, yo, you are automatically wealthy, bro. Because none
Yeah,
of this
because
shit
you
is like
stop. Like
everything start really looking like a real life game out here. You feel
it
what I'm
is.
saying? It's a
It's
real life
monopoly.
game out here.
It's Monopoly, and you've got your pieces. You got your little puzzle piece, and you know what I mean. Like you're moving along the little board and paying your thing, and you're going to jail and not collecting your 200. You know what I mean? Like it's just
Yeah.
you just going around, and it's just repetitive cycle. You
The
just go
first
around the
thing you
board and
first
go
thing you
around the
gotta
board.
do, first thing you gotta do is you gotta change your default monopoly piece. You gotta get your
Yes, man.
pick your own
Get you some
monopoly piece.
customization shit going
You
on,
know,
man. You know what
look,
I'm
no, no,
saying?
no, no, not even ain't gotta be customized though. You feel what I'm saying? But pick your own.
Yeah, yeah. Don't let them
You feel
tell
what
you
I'm
what you're
saying?
gonna
Right
be. Oh,
now,
you
in
gotta be the top hat.
the
I can
world
fucking
gave
make the
you a
top hat.
monopoly piece. The world gave you a monopoly piece, and you just been out here working with that shit. You feel what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
you just been
Get your
letting it be
own
an
monopoly
NPC.
piece. You feel what I'm saying? And then do something else. And your monopoly piece ain't got to be a pawn. He ain't got to be a default player, which you got to go. He could start out as a superstar. You feel what I'm saying? He could start out as a superhero. You feel what I'm saying? You just got to
Right.
figure out which one it is. You know which one I figured
Yeah.
out it is? It's a C corp. You feel what I'm saying? You know what's funny is the one business that I got that I did start up. Which one is the C corp? My clothing line. How about that one?
Hmm.
Come from not doing I mean the same thing and expecting different results. You keep on doing LLCs, all right. LLCs ain't getting me no money. You feel what I'm saying? I got a trust set
They
up,
have their
private one.
place,
You feel what I'm saying?
but
Got my
LLC
study
shouldn't be
in. You
your
feel what I'm saying?
structure.
But now it's the C corp. I never knew what to do with the C corp, but I was like, I heard about it. Maybe I need to start one. So I started my clothing line as a C
You just
corp.
had a feeling something just told you that's to do the clothing line C corp.
I don't know. I don't know what told me to do it, but it's been that way. You feel what I'm
That's what
saying?
I
And
kind
that's
of been.
happened to be the
I've
that
been
happened to be the
basing my
core.
decisions off of my feeling, my gut energy, like especially the last few years. Really, just like uh, if it's something that like I just feel this strong urge or sense that I need to do or focus on, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna follow it through, and I'm gonna see all the way to you know what I'm saying, all the way to the end.
I mean, look,
Because
you
I'm not
gotta
going
live
against
life
those
betting
feelings
on
again.
yourself sometimes, bro.
Yes,
You know what I mean? Bet on
bet on
yourself
yourself even when
sometimes,
you're
bro.
losing.
You know
Even
what I
when you're
mean?
losing, bet on yourself.
Absolutely. Because who else have you been betting on? You've been betting on other
Right.
people's
Yeah, you've
word.
been betting on the
You
government.
know
You've
what I
been betting on
mean?
your
Betting on
family. You've been betting on
what you
your
thought you
girlfriend, your
knew.
boyfriend, your this or that. Like you keep betting on everybody else and looking to everybody else, depending on everybody else, and like you're not betting on yourself at all.
Yeah, and just do it, man.
Just do it. Do something. Right. Take one step. It's that simple. Just visualize who it is that you want to be. Who's your idol, right? Who is the person that your role model? Who is that person? And then when you make a decision, don't make the decision on behalf of yourself. Make your decision on behalf of that person. Right? Decide what would that person do in this situation, not what would I do because I suck. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be somebody better. So what would that better person do in this situation? That's it's that simple. It's that
Hmm.
simple. Would that person like be lazy right now and say fuck it, I'll do it tomorrow, or would that person get the fuck up and handle business? Right? If that person would get up and handle business, then just get up and handle some fucking business. Stop being lazy. Stop
Yeah.
looking for excuses and start looking for examples.
Start looking for accountability.
Yeah, hold yourself accountable. Hold yourself accountable to others. You know what I mean? Just
Look in the mirror like, Dale, you suck, bro. You
acceptance is probably the
bullshitting.
biggest
You
thing.
been bullshitting.
Accept that you fail. Accept you're not going to fucking do great every time. Accept there's a possibility that this is not going to work. And it
Yeah.
really
Look,
will alleviate a
go
lot of
in. You
shit.
go into it. Go into it knowing that it ain't gonna work.
Yeah,
Look,
that I go
look,
into everything already. I told Josh
a
that.
hundred percent of the 100% of the motherfuckers that don't take the shot never make a shot.
They never make
You
it.
feel what I'm
They
saying?
never
But
make
guess
it.
what? You could be ass all you want, but as long as you shooting, you gonna make one sooner or later. Sooner or later, it's a
Yep.
given. As long as you shooting, the moment
And
you stop
if you
shooting,
put
the
one
moment you
time into those
stop shooting
shots,
is
you'll
the
make
moment you
every one
stop.
eventually.
The moment you stop shooting is the moment that you stop your potential to score.
Yes. You lost right then. And it's crazy is a lot of people are scared to fail, so they won't try. And that is failure. That's
It is
literally that's by default, that's failure. It's like you're
by
failing by
default.
default because you're scared to fail. It's like, what? You're starting from a place of failure.
You
Like
know what I
you've
mean?
already not accomplished it. Like where else do you got to go? But
Right? What are you out here doing anyway? What
yeah,
is
like
it?
what else do you got to do?
What is more
What are you scared
important
of?
than being where you want to be at in the
Yeah,
world?
like
You
so
feel
you
what I'm
gonna try
saying?
this shit, it don't work out. Who's gonna beat your ass? You know what I'm
Who's
saying?
stopping you though?
Nothing. You are stopping you. Always, every time. Or you're letting your outside influences, you know, stop you and direct you, which that's true with a lot of cases. A lot of people do that, right?
Or you letting negative thoughts hold you back, and that's a weak
That's
motherfucker
it.
because that nigga don't exist and you can't put hands on him.
I know it. That's the craziest shit ever, man. That might be in your head. It's cool to be in your head and daydream and like, brainstorm. But I've never understood why somebody would sit there and be so in their head, um, and everything that they're telling themselves or talking to themselves about is negative or angry or, you know, just not a good thing. Like it's like, why would you spend that much time trying to convince yourself of negative, bad feelings and thoughts? Like that's just
I'll tell you one thing. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do
I
it.
mean, it
That's a
doesn't.
cancerous
It
way to
make it
be,
make
and that's
sense.
a
Like
fast way
even
to
if some
be
shit happened,
in the
right?
grave.
Even if some shit happened, even if some really bad shit happened, sitting there thinking about how terrible it is for weeks not going to do anything but make it worse.
Yeah,
It
that's
ain't.
it, bro. That's it.
But that's it. Like
That's
do
it.
something about it or let it go, man. Really, that's the way I am. Like I'm either going to handle that shit right then and address it, or I'm going to say nothing about it ever and never worry about it again.
And that's the wealth wave. You know what I'm saying?
That's the wealth wave. That's wealth right there. Quit
Gotta
worrying about shit
gotta
that don't matter.
or shit that you can't control.
Can't change. Right? You're distracting yourself on this shit that you really fucking don't like, but you can't do nothing about it. Like, forget about that. Take these little steps that you can do something about. Do what you can do now until you get to the point to where you can do something about that big problem. Or just let that shit go when you realize there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, and
Because
I
I
tell
think
them,
some shit's right there for that reason. Some shit is not supposed to be solved. Some situations and some problems and some issues that you're going to go through in life, you're not supposed to make it through. You're not supposed to fix them. They're never, they were never meant to be solved. They were
word.
meant for you to be stuck and frustrated and pissed off and uncomfortable. That's
Yeah.
the point. That's what was supposed to happen.
But that wasn't meant for you to stop.
Right. That was meant for you to learn and grow and have your
Learn,
perspective change.
grow, and learn how to either you gonna break that bitch down or you gonna find a way around that bitch.
That's it.
That's what you do. You feel what I'm saying? You don't let no fork in the road, you know what I mean, distract
Right.
you to the point where you like, fuck this, I'm giving up. Like, what? No,
Right.
you either gotta take
Yeah,
that
what do you
path
mean?
or you gotta take that path. The worst thing you can do
Is
is come
nothing.
back to this fork and go up the other way. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Turn
that's
around, go back, or do
the
nothing, or
that's
you know
the
what I mean?
only
It's
that's
just
the worst case scenario.
it is the worst case scenario, isn't it?
You know what I'm
It's like the
saying?
worst case. You're already miserable. You already hate. You've already made so many bad mistakes. You know what I'm saying? You've not done anything right, and now you're going to turn around and go back and do it. What? The wrong way, man.
Yeah. You know what I mean? But I'd rather go the wrong way, you know what I
And learn
mean,
the right lesson.
to learn. You feel what I'm saying? To learn,
Yep.
bro. Because if I don't make a decision to say, fuck it, I'm not even going to try, I lost.
You
So either
lost.
way, I got to take the 50-50 shot of getting it right the first time I get it or getting it wrong. Learning some shit, then shooting again. You feel what I'm saying? That's it. That's
That's it.
it. That's as simple as it gets, bro. You feel what I'm
It is
saying?
very simple, isn't it? It's like
Simple
every
as it
time you do
gets.
something, it gets easier,
Yeah.
right? Of course, it's hard at first. You've never done it. And then, especially if you're trying to do some new thing, and like think about it, if you're coming from like an environment where we came from, it's like we were an outcast, like just talking about doing some shit like this. You know what I mean? You know how many people is like, oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're gonna be an investor. Shut up and sell weed, man. You know what I'm saying? That's like they just shut up. You ain't gonna
But
fucking
how
do
you
nothing.
how is you even saying anything like that? You an investor. You invest in your pack,
Yeah,
don't you?
yeah,
Or did
exactly.
somebody
That's what
front
I'm
it to
saying, and
you?
that's what I try
So
to tell everybody. It's like, bro, you've
you made
been
an
doing this,
investment to get more. You didn't make an investment to come out even. You made an
right?
investment to get
Some people
more.
do.
You
They
feel what
hustle
I'm
backwards,
saying?
but
Yeah, some people do this because they don't understand math and they got the
they don't
game fucked up.
understand it.
You know
They really don't, man. They it's like
what I'm saying?
ain't nothing worse than like somebody that ain't good with money trying to show you how to make money and shit. It's like, what are you doing? I
Like,
don't
what
want
are
to
you
know how to
doing?
make money from you. You're terrible at it.
Yeah, terrible, bro. Like, come
Horrible.
on. I mean, and what y'all seeing us do now lately with the blockchain is just like learning a new way of money management.
That's
You know
it,
what I mean?
man.
Learning how to make the money work for us continually. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
like
After
every
it leave
day.
our hands. You feel what I'm saying? People be like, oh, so how much can I get out or whatever, bro? I don't know. You know what I mean? I think I lied already. I said, shit, Walt, I seen my boy Walt, his joint is up at like, 20 something thousand. I think he pulling like
I think he's at 30K now.
$10
He
a
got
day or something
30,000
like
on his
that. Like,
folks,
but
I think.
I lied though, because I already pulled like $1 or something a day out of my account or more. At my little 350 something dollar mark. I just pulled $7 out of it yesterday. You
Yep.
feel what I'm saying? So
I
it's like, bro,
honestly, I pulled so much money out of my
you
crypto
can pull
history.
so much money.
What's
The
up, man?
more money that you got in there, the more times you get to cycle it out, and it's that simple.
I forgot. Oh yeah, you said you were gonna talk about the lost girl internet tomorrow.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, we're gonna you see this? Boom. This is a Wi-Fi extender, right? So we're gonna take this, we're gonna plug it in upstairs, and I'm gonna Ethernet from my router down here to this, and then it'll make the signal stronger, and then you can connect to it up there. And then the signal stronger. But it just it'll make it it won't be a stronger signal, but the stronger will be for it. So like right now you can't connect because you're in the room upstairs, and so it's like too far away from the signal. So we're gonna plug that in, Ethernet it, and then you should be able to connect to one of the two uh, networks down here.
Lost
Yeah,
girl.
boosts the
Yeah.
Wi-Fi up. I mean, you
Yep.
hook that up, you should be able to connect to that thing upstairs, outside. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Yeah. I can. It's weird. I can catch. I can catch the signal from down here, like all the way around the front in the driveway, chilling. But if I go inside the house, like it won't do it.
My
So if I
internet
go
starts
upstairs
dropping
in the
once I
house,
get to the car.
but the whole house is like stone and brick and block. You know what I mean? It's like a whole bunch of like natural stone material and stuff. That's like probably
Yeah, that's
not the
definitely the
easiest shit to
problem.
penetrate through.
Yeah, that's definitely the problem.
I like that sign behind you, man. I got to get me a cool ass banner.
To you, man. You know what I mean? I gotta. I
Yeah,
want to
we do
start. I
need to
want to
do that.
start doing some. I'm about to start doing some more of my videos out here anyway, in more of the natural light, whatever. I was like, I don't want to feel like I'm always in my little cave. You feel what I'm saying? Want to come out and get some
Yeah,
natural
that's the
light.
only thing I'm not liking about the basement is like I'm just not outside. I need to That's why we something. Need the light colors. Yeah, yeah, that white back that I painted in the back made it look a lot better than
But other
yeah.
than that, man, it's cool, man. This was a good talk though. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
other than that,
It's
man, for the viewers, man, you guys just gotta skip with us, man. Internet marketing, some
yeah,
Web3 blockchain stuff. You feel what I'm saying? Definitely, if any artist is watching, you feel what I'm saying, get with us.
yes.
Looking for some artists. All my homies is already signed. They don't even know. You feel what I'm saying? They don't
Yeah,
even
that's
know
what I'm
already.
saying. Like if I
I'm
got a
signing
homeboy that's
them. You
like
feel what I'm
fire with it, he don't even
saying?
know you already on the label, bro. You ain't got a
I mean,
choice.
so, and I'm just gonna trickle down what I do with my artists. I'm gonna feed the knowledge to you, Chris. You feel what I'm saying? And
Make
we
you
just
know
gonna
what?
move as a unit. You feel what I'm saying? We're gonna move as a unit.
Got to get with JoJo. As far as she'll really be beneficial as far as like kind of helping you with your vision of like how to like she's really good at that, especially when it comes to the NFTs. Like
Hmm.
yeah, that's like I don't know.
Yeah,
She's just
she's
got a
on.
very good perspective on like ways to incorporate them and utilize them. Like she'll definitely like, and I mean, you got a really solid plan together for your platform and your token and everything. Like it's that's I was impressed actually. I was like, damn, this is actually good, man. This is really good. Yeah, like you put a lot of time into it. Like I was really sitting back
Appreciate it.
thinking, like, damn, I was like, this is good.
I got the blog site too that I'm working on. I mean, I'm about to last yesterday watching NFT Tuesday. You showed me how I should put my NFTs on my website. You know what I mean? Straight to the sales page type deal. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I was like, that was golden. You feel what I'm saying? So that'd be what I do right before I put my blog site right to my NFT domain.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, one good thing about the NFTs too is like, especially once you've got something established, right? It is a way to completely monetize everything yourself, right? Because here's if you're relying on Stripe for your payments, they can cut that shit, right? If you're
Yep.
relying on this for that, they can stop that shit. Like if you control it yourself, there ain't nothing stopping it, right? That's
Right.
why
Right.
like we need our own servers. That's why we need our own forms of pay. Like literally, I told I think it was Chris, yeah, Chris Hill. I was like, man, we might as well go ahead and start planning our own blockchain
I
right
mean,
now. Go ahead and
look,
start.
why you got a server, like I said, you know what I mean, with some of these tools or whatever, you feel what I'm saying, you can host some things on it. You feel what I'm saying? So I can set up our own type deals. You feel what I'm saying? So That's what I'm gonna be working on. You feel what I'm saying? Setting up
I mean,
some things
that's
that you can host right off your
logical to me.
platform, and it'll be ours fully.
Yeah, completely. And then see if we own the because that's the only thing I'm like. If we own the platforms, we already can control the distribution of, the material and the funds. Like that's the only thing that we're missing is just having the actual server and the platform itself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, having fun. We're
Yeah.
Yep.
live, so people are watching you. Everybody's seeing you live on Facebook and
PayPal is
YouTube.
still calling me trying to scam me out of my bread.
Yeah, PayPal's bad about that, dude.
The PayPal don't call nobody, bro. So that's what lets you
Yeah,
know
like
that it's a scam. Like, don't stop calling my
they tell
phone.
you that. Like just go on PayPal and do something or whatever and ask for like a code or like, put a card on. Like it's gonna say somewhere in there it's gonna say that do not give this code or we're never gonna call and ask for none of your information. Like
Yeah, like, bro. Like,
nobody
scam artists
reads.
are crazy, bro. They retarded too at times, man.
Yeah, they are. So you want to just Ricky, I know you've got a few. I know a bunch. We'll just give like some simple, easy examples of ways to make money. It ain't got to be a lot. You could take four by fours, the four by four post, and you can literally take one 4x4 post and cut it into inch slivers. You can make $1,400 selling coasters.
You can you can
The
download
coasters.
ChatGPT. Well, you can download Perplexity on your iPhone. You can ask it to look for a relevant topic in any niche and sell it as an ebook. And that you know what I mean? And
Yeah,
that's a digital product that'll be around for however long
there
you
it
want
is.
it to be.
There it is. You could take a skill that you've learned, teach somebody else.
Yep, yep. That's easy too.
It's
Um,
easy. It really is.
Another one, man. Become the middleman.
Yeah, that's an easy
You know
one.
what I mean?
Affiliate
All you
marketing,
doing is
middleman.
all you doing is bridging the gap to you find out what somebody wants, who has what they want, and put your price on top of it.
There you go. You know what? If you already have a product or a service that you are providing, upcharge. Takes the same amount of work to market a $10,000 product as it does a 10.
Right? You see anybody with a product on Facebook, you feel what I'm saying, that they have, market it out too, like it's yours. Just put your price on top of it.
Probably one of the easiest ways to save more money or to end up with more money is to round all of your bills up and all of your income down.
Hmm.
You'll always end up with a surplus. I do that all the time. That's literally like a thing. It's a habit. It helps me a lot. So if I've got like a $800 worth of bills, I'm gonna call it 1,000, right? And if I'm bringing in $1,000, I'm gonna say that I'm only getting 800.
Right, right, right.
Somewhere in there, I'm gonna end up with that little surplus cushion comes in handy.
That makes sense.
And then also just pay yourself first. Do that first. Everybody gets their paycheck. And the first thing they do is they go pay. I got to pay this bill, go pay that, go do this, go that, this, do that. And then by the end of doing all the things that you need to do, you have no money, right?
Right.
Pay yourself first. Before you pay anything else, take 10 fucking dollars and give it to you and put it in a fucking shoebox, in a drawer, in a account, building some interest, buy some crypto, do something. Take $5, even if it's $5. Pay yourself before you pay anything else because
Last
that's
thing I
crazy.
say,
Like,
whatever you good at, do that. Whatever you
yeah,
love
do
doing,
that.
do
Be
that
consistent.
for money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, do it for money instead of for free. That's people you market every day for free. You provide a service every day for free. You know what I'm saying? You use tools that help other people make money every single day for free, and you're complaining that you're broke.
Know your
It's
worth.
because you keep helping everybody else make money. And you're not marketing or promoting or doing anything for yourself. You're not even paying yourself with the money that you do get from making other people money. You take it and give it to somebody else so they can do what? Make more money. Like, and then you go to a bank and put all your paycheck in there and give them the ability to trade that and make more money too. It's ridiculous.
Instead of putting in folks' finance and trading it
Yeah,
yourself. You know what
right.
I'm
Because oh, I'm scared
saying?
of crypto. It's new. It's like what? What are you talking about? You know, the internet was new at one point too. All right. Well, I guess that's it for today. Right. We out.
Yeah, man, we out. I'm about to go pick up my
Yeah.
wife. You know what I mean, and chill out.
Yeah. I'm just gonna go up here and feed some kids and chill out myself. Hit a workout. You know, kickbox and have a wonderful day.
Hey, y'all take it easy, man. Love y'all. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for tuning in. Love y'all. Blessed days, y'all.
Bless.